Hi, my name is Sean Walker, and I am part of the product success team here at ServiceNow. Today I'm going to be taking you through a demo of the asset move order flow that was added in the Vancouver release of Enterprise Asset Management. The move order flow is a prescriptive workflow designed for end users and asset managers alike. It's a catalog-driven flow where move requests can be initiated by an end user or an asset manager. The prescriptive flow moves assets from one location to another by either a local move or by shipping the assets. Tasks are generated to ensure the assets are moved to the right location on time. Asset statuses are updated automatically as they move through each task in the flow. The most common use cases for a move order would be when you want to move in-use or consumed assets from one location to another, or if you want to transfer multiple assets in a single move order. One of those scenarios might be a user moving to another office location and need to move their equipment with them. Or you need to move equipment from one location to another to perform a specific job at that location. The typical customer personas affected by the asset move order would be end users who can create a move order only for the assets that are assigned to them, whereas asset managers can create a move order for all assets in the asset estate. Asset technicians and asset managers are the ones who can take actions on the move tasks, and any user who has submitted a move order can see the move order progress in the My Requests page. Now I'll jump into an instance and demonstrate the asset move order workflow. Okay, so now I've logged into a Vancouver instance which has Enterprise Asset Management installed. I'm currently logged in as Betty Asset Manager, who has the Asset Manager role assigned to her. So Betty needs to move assets from one location to another for a big job that's coming up. So what she can do is she can open up the service catalog item, and she can populate all the fields to generate the move order. End users can also have this made available to them. And so if I was an end user wanting to move my own equipment, I would come in, specify my name, and it would go through the tasks and specify only the assets that are assigned to me. But since I'm logged in as Betty, who's an asset manager, I don't need to fill out the requested for. I can simply start by filling out the move date. So when do we need these assets? So we're going to say we need them in New York by the 25th. The next thing I need to do is pick where are the assets today. So I know the assets that I need are in the Santa Clara location. And I know that I want to ship these to the New York location. So once I've specified the move date, the from location, and the to location, I can now pick the assets. So I hit the little search bar, and I now will see that the search has been filtered by all of the assets that are in the Santa Clara location. So I'm going to pick a couple of assets from Santa Clara that need to go to New York for this job. Just going to pick a couple of random assets here. You can also add any special instructions that you might need to carry over for people who are actually going to be doing the shipping. So I'm not going to put any in at this time. So once I submit this, I will be given a move order number. And so now I'm going to navigate over to the Enterprise Asset Workspace and start processing the move order tasks. So move orders can be found on the inventory dashboard within the Enterprise Asset Management Workspace. So over here under More, you can see move orders. And this will show me all the different move orders that have been generated. So it was move order number 3 that I generated. Actually, before I open that up, I wanted to show you that since Betty is an asset manager, she doesn't actually have to initiate the move order from the service catalog. She can create a new work order directly from the workspace. Very similar to the service catalog, where you need to specify a move date, a from location and to location, And once you save the move order, you'll be able to go in and specify which particular assets you would like to move. All right, so I'm going to jump back into the move order that I created from the service catalog. And I can see that the move date has been specified, the from location to location, and it's also created 3 enterprise move lines, 1 for each one of the different assets. So right now, all of the assets are in the prepare state. So we need to get these ready to go. So in this scenario, we're going to say that we have a truck that's going to be going from Santa Clara to New York. Joe is going to be taking it with him. He's one of our employees. So Joe is going to actually do what's called a local move. He's going to take them with him. He's going to locally move it. So the move type is local move. So he's got everything loaded on the truck. He's ready to go. We're going to say he's going to be taking more than 1 asset with him. He's going to be taking 2 with him. He's got room for 2. He's going to take 2 with him. So we're going to add the second asset and we're going to close this task. So now if we hop back over to the move order, we can see that these 2 assets have moved to the stage of local move. So Joe takes off, drives across country, and now he's in New York. So we're going to open back up the move order, go to the local move option, and since he's there, he's in New York, we are going to close this task. But before we do that, we want to make sure we specify the other asset that he brought with him as well. So we're going to close both of these two move tasks at the same time. I'm going to close task. And now if we go back over to the particular move order, we're going to see that these are both completed. If I take a look at the asset that was moved, I will see that it is now in the New York location. So this happens automatically behind the scenes. So what we're going to do now is the third one is we're going to have to ship it. So we're going to open up the next one. I'm going to open up the asset so we can actually see what happens to the asset state as it moves through this process. So right now the asset is in use and the location is Santa Clara. So let's go through the process and see what happens to it. So I'm going to open up the prepare move task. I'm going to say that I'm actually going to be shipping this particular asset, and I'm going to close this task. So now we can see now that another task has been generated to ship it. So we're going to open up this particular task, and we are going to pick which the shipping carrier. In this case, I'm going to pick FedEx. I'm going to be able to input the tracking number for FedEx and when that is going to ship. I'm going to click OK. So now it's all taken care of with FedEx. We got the tracking number. We're just going to get them to pick it up on the 18th. We can close this task. So the next task that's generated is the receive. So it's going to go across country. This is going to take a couple days. I'm just going to take a look at the asset now, and we can see that the asset state has changed to in transit and reserved. So this is now locked down. It can't be included in any other flows within the system. It is being moved from one location to another. One of the other things that Enterprise Asset Management has is the ability to track all of your shipments. So I'm just going to quickly hop over to the Asset Operations dashboard, and I can see now that that shipment that I created in the move order is displaying in the shipments. This will allow you to track all of the different shipments, because it's more than likely you're going to have multiple shipments happening at the same time. You need to be able to track the status. You can also, as part of Enterprise Asset Management, establish a carrier integration. So you can establish an integration directly with FedEx, which will actually track the status of this asset as it moves through FedEx's system. And that'll be covered in a different video or workshop. So I'm going to jump back over here to the move order, and I'm going to say the shipping is complete. This asset is now in New York City. So I'm going to go ahead and close this task. So the asset has now been received. If I take a look at the asset, I can see it is in use now, and it's in the New York location. So now we've gone through, we take a look at the move order. All three of our move ordered lines have been now completed, and the state of the move order itself has been completed. So this is a summary or a quick demo of how you create move orders within Enterprise Asset Workspace and from the service catalog and all the different tasks involved. If you need some more information, I advise you to go over to the ServiceNow Docs site or join the Enterprise Asset Management community on the ServiceNow community page for more information. Thank you very much for your time.